It took us 5 minutes to walk to Verulamium Park, long enough to smoke a cigarette from tip to butt. Barnaby bounced all the way there, straining on his lead, half choking himself to death, and acting like this was the most exciting thing ever. Dark was descending fast, and the street lamps glowed a sickly, sulphurous yellowy orange in the heavy half-light. The snow wasn't far off, and the air had a choking, damp feel. I pulled my jacket in tighter to ward off the chill, but it didn't help. The cold of a damp British winter day could penetrate an Arctic suit. "Do you do the same walk every time?" I asked Graham Johnson. The old guy shook his head. "We've got a number of routes we take. It depends on the weather, how much time we've got, that sort of thing. It's a big park." It was a big park. Off to the right, acres of grassland stretched as far as I could see, empty soccer fields marked out white on gray. The cathedral was off to the left, perched imposingly on a distant hill. Up ahead was a small lake that was separated from the main lake by a humpback bridge. Ducks and swans bobbed on the water, oblivious to the cold. It was also dark and deserted, making it the perfect place for the unsubbed to dump Patricia Maynard. "The night you found Patricia Maynard, which way did you go?" Johnson pointed towards the cathedral side of the main lake. "We did a quick anti-clockwise walk round the lake." "And where did you see Patricia Maynard?" The old guy pointed to the far end of the lake. "Okay, let's go." It took another 5 minutes to walk there. I got Johnson to sit down on an empty bench, then sat beside him. Barnaby was straining on the end of his lead, yapping and scratching at the concrete, desperate to get free so he could catch a duck. I glanced up at Hatcher, who quickly got the message. For this to work, the fewer distractions Johnson had, the better. Hatcher took hold of Barnaby's lead and walked out of earshot. A cognitive interview differs from a standard interview in that you're trying to get the subject to revisit the scene by reliving the feelings and impressions that were imprinted at the time. Rather than hitting the event head-on, you circle around it, looking at it through the different senses. The memories this evokes have been found to be much more reliable than those retrieved through the usual interview techniques. Strictly speaking, I didn't need to bring Johnson back here, but since we were just around the corner, I didn't see the harm. "I want you to close your eyes, Mr. Johnson, and then I'm going to ask you some questions. Try not to censor your answers. I don't care how crazy they might seem. Just say whatever comes into your head." Johnson looked at me skeptically. "It's okay. I've done this before." Johnson gave another skeptical look, then shut his eyes. "I want you to think back to Monday night. You're taking Barnaby out for a walk like usual. What time is it?" "Around 10. Always take him out around 10. "Before or after?" The old guy's face creased with concentration, then relaxed. "It was after 10. I'd just finished watching a TV program. The news was about to start." "What's the weather like?" "It's raining." "Describe the rain. Is it heavy? Light?" "It's one of those misty, drizzly rains. You know the sort I mean. It doesn't seem heavy, but you end up soaked." "Is the park busy?" "In that weather and that time of night?" Johnson shook his head. "No, it's just me and Barnaby. And Patricia, of course." I ignored the mention of Patricia Maynard because I wasn't ready to go there yet. "How are you feeling?" "A bit annoyed, to tell you the truth. I'd taken a car to the garage earlier and had been hit with a £600 bill. Now I was out walking my dog in the rain. I'd had better days, let's put it that way." "What can you smell?" "Damp dirt. Wood smoke coming from my clothes." "What can you see?" "The cracks in the footpath. I've got my head down to stop."